So thinking of racket sports, a few warm-ups that we might want to do, or warm-ups or even exercises just in between sessions, just to make sure we're sort of getting mobility and a bit of strength in our joints. So for a warm-up, obviously we'll think about the arms and the shoulders. Simple wrist circles can be really good, making the circles as big as you can with the wrists. So just getting that mobility, but also thinking then we can build the strength from there. We can circle in the other direction, of course, as well. So nice big wrist circle, and just drawing your attention to whether one feels stickier than the other or whether they feel the same, okay? And then we can move on a little bit further to the arms. So we'll reach the arms down by the side. We're going to stay nice and tall here, and then float the arms out to the side and up towards the ceiling and back down again. And we're very much leading with the sort of the sense of the tip of the shoulder blade reaching all the way up to the little finger and back down. Reach and down. So really think about that length from the armpit all the way up to the little fingers. So we're lifting, sense of lifting from the outside of the body rather than shrugging the shoulders up. And then we can also move on to another shoulder exercise where we're keeping, we'll start off with goalpost arms. Again, we're going to stay nice and tall through the spine. So all of these exercises, we're not really moving anything else other than through the arms. We'll draw the forearms together. It doesn't matter if they don't meet, just see where you can get them to. And then we'll come back to the starting point and actually look to widen through the collarbones here. So again, here we're avoiding rounding through the back or flaring through the ribs when we come back. So we're just looking at travelling the shoulder blades, kind of gliding across the back. And again, you can clock into whether they feel even. And then last one, let's just draw the elbows down towards the side of the body. And a bit like the floating arms, this time we're going to reach out and up, but still that sense of lift from the armpit to the little finger and in. Reach and in. And reach and in. Nice long neck and in. So that's kind of getting a little bit of mobility and connection with the shoulders. Let's get the spine moving. So we'll come down into an all fours position, press the floor away. So really feel like nice and strong in this position. We're going to get the spine moving with a cat-cow. So we'll aim to move sequentially as well. So I'm going to start by tucking the tailbone underneath me, okay? So tucking the tailbone underneath me, getting a little bit longer through the low back, and then the mid-back, up, back, neck and head. So I'm looking towards my navel. And then I'm going to come back through the starting position, which was neutral, and see if I can lift the tailbone and widen through the collarbones. Exhale, rounding. Again, starting with the tailbone, see if we can get sequential. Inhale, into the cow, lift the tailbone wide through the collarbones. Once again, maybe draw your attention to the shoulder blades. So here they're sort of wrapping away or reaching away from the spine. And then as I come into the cow, they maybe draw a little bit further together. We're not forcing that though, obviously, okay? So we can do a few cat-cows. I mentioned the core. Another nice combination between shoulders and core would be the press-ups. So with these, we can do them in a variety of ways. Again, we start in our all fours position, pressing the floor away. And if we do want to do the knee version, which is great, we find our kneeling plank position, okay? Other option will be on the toes. Now from here, we maintain the plank position, bend the elbows, they come out to 45 degrees to lower the chest, and press up. Now I'm keeping my nose away from the mat, okay? So I'm getting my chest down and up. Ideally work for full range, so what I meant is come all the way down and up rather than a sort of half press up. If you're finding you're doing that, then pop down onto the knees, or even you can do wall press ups, so standing against the wall and pressing against the wall, coming down to maybe a kitchen worktop, lower, 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 the harder it gets, okay? Coming to the legs now. So let's do some squats. We're going to stay in neutral, okay, so our neutral back, our normal standing posture. Feet are going to be hip width distance apart and parallel. We're going to simply hinge at the hips, knees and ankles, so we're dropping our centre of gravity, and I'm going to press through the floor to come back up to standing. So it's a drop and a press. So down and up. Now, as I come down with the squat, I'm going to think about where my weight is across my feet. So I want the weight balanced all across the feet, from the toes to the heels. I don't want to just be in the heels, because we want to be nice and agile. So we kind of need a bit of front, forefoot activation here. So drop and up, down and up. And then finally, one I want to look at is a little bit of rotation. This is the entry level exercise with just feet hip width distance apart. A little softness in the knees, and essentially from the hips down, we're not going to move. It's going to be a rotation of the chest. So I'm not going to be moving the hips side to side or the knees side to side. Holding a ball, a racket, whatever in front of you, I'm going to rotate through the chest. So the chest is rotating one way, my pelvis hasn't moved, I'm still pointed forwards, and then the other way. One way and the other way. Now it's not just the ball that's moving, okay? The ball is coming with my chest, so it's literally in front of my chest and coming with me, okay? No movement anywhere else. You can again draw your attention to what's happening in the feet, and we can progress this one as well, so I'll show you that on another video. So we've worked a little bit on mobility through the arms and shoulders, strength of the shoulders, and combining that with the core, and also a little bit of leg, sort of hip strength and mobility, agility. Well, not agility so much, but mobility and a bit of balance. Agility, yeah, maybe. So tell me how you get on, if you enjoy these exercises and if you want to see the progression.